Hello family, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are looking at the major UK immigration changes for 2024. The year 2024 is set to bring significant changes to the UK's immigration landscape, with updates from the Home Office that will impact individuals and businesses alike. These changes include new immigration rules, an increase in the Immigration Health Surcharge, IHS Fee, adjustments to visa applications, and updates to citizenship and settlement processes. The new immigration rules, set to take effect in spring 2024, will see modifications to the skilled worker visa, the shortage occupation list, and family visa routes. These changes are part of a broader plan to reduce net migration by around 300,000 individuals. Additionally, the IHS fee is due to increase by 66% on February 6, 2024, significantly impacting visa applicants and their families. The increased financial requirements for spouse visas and transitional measures for current UK residents are also expected to have a substantial impact on families. These changes represent a substantial shift in the UK's immigration landscape and carry wide-ranging implications for both businesses and individuals. It is crucial for all those affected to stay informed and prepared for the upcoming changes. Let's pause for a minute. Are you currently enjoying the video? If so, then please take a minute to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Also turn on the notification button, so that you are the first to be notified when the next video drops. In Chronicles of Ola, we talk about life, living in the UK, immigration-related information and lots more. So please join the family and share the channel with your friends. Now let's get back to it. 1.0. Background. 1.1. Post-World War II immigration. After World War II, the United Kingdom experienced transformative immigration, primarily from its colonies and former colonies. This period saw an influx of people from the Caribbean, India, Pakistan, and other parts of the Commonwealth, which significantly diversified the British population. The 1948 British Nationality Act encouraged mass immigration from Commonwealth countries, leading to the creation of new ethnic minority communities within Britain. This wave of immigration had a profound impact on British culture, introducing new sports, cuisines, music, and entertainment, and it laid the groundwork for the multicultural society that exists in the UK today. 1.2. Introduction of the IHS in 2015. The Immigration Health Surcharge, IHS, was introduced in April 2015 under the Immigration Act 2014. The surcharge was initially set at £200 per year, and was designed to ensure that migrants contribute to the costs of healthcare provided by the NHS. The IHS is mandatory for most visa routes, where one is applying for leave of more than 6 months, including spouse visas, student visas, and work visas. The fee is paid as part of the visa application process, and it entitles migrants to access the NHS on a similar basis to UK residents. 1.3. UK's departure from the EU. The UK's departure from the EU, commonly known as Brexit, ended the right to free movement for EU nationals, and introduced new immigration arrangements. The post-Brexit points-based immigration system came into effect on January 1, 2021, and has since altered the landscape of EU migration to and from the UK. The new system has seen a decrease in EU migration, compensated by an increase in non-EU migration. The government's ongoing efforts to control immigration have included a focus on reducing net migration and adjusting the balance of jobs available to EU workers. The historical context of the UK's immigration policies reflects a series of shifts and changes that have been influenced by the nation's economic needs, political climate, and international relationships. The introduction of the IHS and the UK's departure from the EU are recent chapters in this evolving story, each with significant implications for the country's approach to immigration and integration. 2.0. New immigration rules. 2.1. Skilled worker visa adjustments. The UK government has announced a 5-point plan to reduce net migration, which will significantly impact the skilled worker visa route. The first point of the plan involves raising the minimum salary threshold to qualify for a skilled worker visa from the current figure. This change marks a shift in the post-Brexit immigration system, which was initially intended to make it easier for skilled workers to come to the UK. 2.2. Shortage occupation list. The Shortage Occupation List, SOL, which outlines specific jobs where the demand for skilled workers exceeds the local supply, is set to be replaced by the Immigration Salary List in spring 2024. This new list will retain a general salary threshold discount, but will eliminate the 20% going rate discount for shortage occupations. The government has commissioned the Migration Advisory Committee, MAC, to conduct a review into the roles currently on the SAL, with a view to reducing the number of shortage occupations that will be included on the immigration salary list. 2.3. Family visa routes. The minimum income for family visas will increase incrementally in stages. Starting in spring 2024, the threshold will be raised to £29,000, moving to around £34,500 at an unspecified time, and finally to around £38,700 in early 2025. Those who already have a family visa within the 5-year partner route, or who apply before the minimum income threshold is raised, will continue to have their applications assessed against the current income requirement. 2.4. Government's 5-point plan. The government's 5-point plan to cut net migration includes 1. Raising the minimum salary threshold for a skilled worker visa. 2. Banning health and care workers from bringing family dependents to the UK. 3. Increasing the Immigration Health Surcharge from £640 per year to £1,035 per year. 4. Tripling civil penalties for allowing migrants to work or rent illegally in the UK. 5. Expanding the visitor category. These changes are set to be introduced in spring 2024, and are expected to deliver the biggest ever reduction in net migration, impacting around 300,000 people. 2.5. Implications for skilled workers and their employers. The changes will significantly impact employers who are battling to recruit the skilled and unskilled workers they need. The increase in the minimum salary threshold for a skilled worker visa may make it more difficult for employers to recruit from overseas. The ban on health and care workers bringing family dependents to the UK could also deter potential applicants from these sectors. Employers should consider bringing forward the recruitment of any future external hires from overseas and in the UK before the new rules take effect. 3.0. IHS Fee Increase. 3.1. Overview of the increase. The Immigration Health Surcharge, IHS, is set to undergo a significant increase of 66%, which will come into effect on February 6, 2024. The IHS is a mandatory fee, paid as part of a UK visa application for most visa routes, where one is applying for leave of more than 6 months, including spouse visas, student visas, and work visas. The fee uplift represents a substantial rise, which will have a significant impact on visa applicants, requiring them to fund immigration application and healthcare costs at a much higher level than before. 3.2. Impact on various immigration routes. The increase in the IHS fee will affect all visa routes where the IHS fee is charged, including the skilled worker visa. For instance, a skilled worker applying for a 3-year visa will have to pay an IHS fee of £3,105, up from the current £1,860. If the worker has dependents, the costs will be even higher. For example, a skilled worker with 2 dependents, 1 adult and 1 child, will have to pay £8,538 for a 3-year visa. 3.3. Government's rationale for the increase. The UK government has justified the substantial increase in the IHS fees as a necessary measure to cover the rising costs of healthcare provision, and to ensure that migrants contribute to the cost of healthcare provided by the NHS. The government has stated that the increase in the IHS will help to fund a pay rise for doctors, and ensure that the IHS fees cover the full healthcare costs. The government's rationale for the increase is to ensure that migrants contribute to the cost of healthcare provided by the NHS, and to help fund a pay rise for doctors. However, the increase has been met with criticism, with some arguing that it places an unfair burden on migrants and their families. 4.0. Citizenship and settlement updates. 4.1. Increased financial requirements for spouse visas. One of the significant changes in the UK's immigration rules for 2024 is the increase in the financial requirements for spouse visas. The minimum income threshold for sponsoring a spouse or partner for a visa will be raised incrementally in stages. Starting in spring 2024, the threshold will be raised to £29,000, moving to around £34,500 at an unspecified time, and finally to around £38,700 in early 2025. This represents a significant increase from the current requirement of £18,600. 4.2. Transitional measures for current UK residents. The UK government has announced that those who already have a family visa within the 5-year partner route, or who apply before the minimum income threshold is raised, will continue to have their applications assessed against the current income requirement. This transitional measure is designed to provide some relief for current UK residents who may be affected by the increased financial requirements. 4.3. Potential impact on families. The increased financial requirements for spouse visas could have a significant impact on families. The higher income threshold may make it more difficult for some families to meet the requirements, potentially leading to family separations. The phased approach to implementing the new income requirements may provide some relief, but it is likely that many families will still be affected. The changes to citizenship and settlement processes represent a significant shift in the UK's immigration policy. The increased financial requirements for spouse visas and the transitional measures for current UK residents are likely to have a substantial impact on families. It is crucial for individuals and families to be aware of these changes. In conclusion, the upcoming changes to the UK's immigration landscape in 2024 are poised to have a profound impact on individuals, families, and businesses. From the substantial increase in the Immigration Health Surcharge, IHS, fee, to the adjustments in skilled worker visas, and the heightened financial requirements for spouse visas, these updates necessitate vigilance and proactive planning. It is crucial for all those affected to stay informed through reliable sources and seek expert advice to navigate these changes effectively. As the government's new 5-point plan for immigration aims to reduce net migration by around 300,000, it is essential for individuals and businesses to understand and adapt to these changes. Staying ahead of these developments will be key to ensuring compliance and a smooth transition. For individuals, families, and businesses, understanding and adapting to these changes will be crucial in navigating the UK's immigration system. Therefore, it is important to consult with immigration experts and keep abreast of any further announcements from the Home Office. That's all for today's video. We hope you now have more information around these topics that have been discussed. We encourage you to take that bold step towards your next career adventure. The UK awaits your contribution to its vibrant and diverse workforce. Not so fast though. Did you like the video? Do you have friends and family that need to know about these details to make their move to the UK a success? Then make sure you share, and share. Many of you only watch my videos, a whooping 80% of you, but haven't subscribed. Why not? Please subscribe today and turn on the notification button so that you be the first to be notified when I drop more of this content. For those that want to support the channel, my PayPal link is in the description of the video. If you need a paid inquiry, make a donation to the channel and send your details to my email, chroniclesofola@gmail.com. Shalom.